anything you do in a startup, anything, you have to really ask yourself, do I need to do this? And it's not just a capital N, it's all uppercase, all bolded. You only want to do things you absolutely need because your time is very, very limited. Certainly your money is even more limited. And so you're trying to say, what are the minimum set of things I need to do to go to the next step? And from where I hear you are, your next step isn't, I have orders for 100,000 of these, and getting the mold is the barrier to producing them. You're still in that place of going, I'm not 100% sure I have the design exactly right. I don't yet have orders all flooding in. And I think the next step toward validating this idea is seeing if you can get orders to flood in. In other words, I would sell it before you finesse how to make it. Okay. And here's the reason. I suspect you're going to go out and I'll talk about this in just a moment. Talk to some people about buying this. And I have some ideas about that. And you're going to get all kinds of interesting feedback. Hopefully, everyone's going to go, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing. How quickly can you get me 1 million of them? Well, then that's great. But then you say, all right, I need 2 months, 3 months because I need to make the mold. But believe me, once you have that level of interest, getting $10,000 to build your mold will be trivial. But more likely, you're going to find out something else. And it'll go down three paths. One is, like I said, you've nailed it. It's exactly right. Everybody wants it. That's great. You go to the mold. Next path is people say, And then you go, thank God I didn't waste $10,000 on a mold for something that people really don't want in any volume. And probably, I won't say more likely, but the third path is you get this feedback that says, we love it, but can it be or this or that? Or you begin to do something like that. Or you find some usage which does not require the sterilization, all those things, so that you can get someone using it, doing the job that you're doing, giving you feedback on what works and what doesn't work. And then you go, okay, now I'm learning each time how to make this mold even better. In other words, manufacturing a product is a nasty, nasty form of entrepreneurship because it's so inflexible. In other words, software stuff and services, if you do something and it doesn't work and you don't like it, no problem. It's as an old CEO I worked with used to call it, it's a SMOP, a simple matter of programming. In other words, you can fix it really easily and change it. You can't change that easily. You manufacture it, your first box of 500 goes out someplace, and they come back and say, this doesn't work for us or we don't like it. You can't easily fix it. So before you actually set it in stone or whatever molds are made of, make sure you know exactly what you're doing, unless the mold is the barrier to your next step of validation. I don't think it is.